cost of that be, asking the publisher to do that?
The cost is, it's called E-Code Book, and it is about $1,500 or a startup fee, and then about $1,100 annual maintenance. So it is an ongoing cost. Right now, the code book that is available online, the sections of it are there from what was first implemented when we went with our website, Virtual Town Hall. It is one area that has not been updated to reflect all of the changes through town meeting actions because primarily of the way that it was set up initially, excuse me, by Virtual Town Hall. It would be, it's set up right now by chapters, and we would have to at this point, we would rescan them. We do have the ability to do that now, which we didn't before, and replace sections and move them around. But the layout of the Virtual Town Hall website does not allow the placement of new material within an existing field. It doesn't move them like an Excel spreadsheet will.
It's like a PDF.
It's a static location. It doesn't move dynamically to add an insert. So it requires the entire revamping of the entire section. Each time you would put in a new chapter or a new section to a bylaw. Sometimes we've had some very extensive additions, especially through planning with zoning bylaws. So it's a very, it is not practical to try to work with what's there now. I would be starting from scratch in a year when I have fewer elections and just trying to figure out something that would allow us to more easily update it.
But using the publisher, we could still use our website, if the publisher were to update it. In other words, use that as the
link.
Yes, it would be a link through our website. Right, Steve?
So, how many code books, published code books, do we have?
We have 30.
30.
30 published codes.
So if we went to electronic form, we wouldn't need 30.
You wouldn't
Clearly,
need-
the board members could have it right on their iPads.
Right.
Right.
You wouldn't need 30. We still would need a few copies. I certainly would have the certified copy that the office would maintain.
I understand that, but I don't know what each code book costs to maintain and upkeep, and I'm wondering if there's a trade-off there with respect to
There's
going to the e-code book.
a minimal amount because the publisher would still have to do the updates, you know, for
No, I understand that,
Right.
yeah.
the cost savings. I had inquired on that, Mr. Masseri, and it was very minimal. It was really just a few $100 difference to, because it would be fewer number of supplemental packages that they provide us, but they're actually still doing the work. The work is being done. It's just fewer packets would be provided to us. Let's say we might have a half a dozen, you know, code books available rather than the 30. So that trade-off was not.
Yeah, I don't think it's the cost savings so much that I'm looking for, rather than the accessibility to up-to-date
Convenience.
information for
Right.
people from the outside, or even townspeople, to try and find out what they can and can't do under the zoning or the general bylaws,
Yeah.
and then get an up-to-date copy, or
Or you
availability, or up-to-date
Right.
Version, online.
So you
And
said it was around.
So $1,500 startup, and then
Startup.
$1,100 a year to maintain it?
Right.
You know, to me, that's a
That's
small
above and
price.
beyond what we're paying now?
That is correct. Each supplement might cost about $3,000 to do, and that would cover at least 2 town meetings, and if there's anything else that happens, you know, through a special town meeting. I try to just incorporate it once a year and get the supplements done. The other thing with the physical code books, not everybody is as diligent as all of you gentlemen are, I'm sure. And we've gone through about
You haven't
12
seen mine
supplemental
lately.
packages. I think we're on supplement 10
All
now.
those nice little brown envelopes are inside the binder.
Yeah, they're all there.
They're all there. They're
Well,
inside the binder.
that's a start.
They're inside the
That's
binder.
a start.
At least you didn't
If
lose
you
them.
have all
I
the
can't even
packets, we
guarantee
can
that
work with
anymore.
that. But if they're not updated each time you receive a supplement, then the next supplement sometimes has changes to that supplement or a previous one. And I could not guarantee that any of your books, you know, unless you've been the
accurate.
original owner of it, or are current and accurate.
But I think, you know, you're talking about there isn't a lot of cost savings dealing with the service provider. But there's gotta be a lot of labor savings in your department. Now it creates another efficiency, I would assume.
Well, not really. We get the supplemental packages already printed by the publisher. They do that. They
Yeah.
come to us, 30 envelopes. I put the label on that has your name, your code book number, and distribute them with a cover memo instructing you how to
She's
do it.
relying on a high,
So, that
Yeah.
cost, other than the books that we ourselves maintain, which is 3 volumes, you know, to do the inserts, that's not a big savings as far as time for our
Yeah.
staff.
But it is a savings, and I agree with Mr. O'Leary. It's really not about saving money.
It's
But
accessibility.
it is, right. It would be nice to have that.
It is.
$1,100, I'm sure.
Everybody is looking for things. Everyone wants information, and we get calls to say,
That's
do you
easy
have
enough
this
to do.
online? And, you know, we will tell them the code book that's online is not, you know, up to date, and they should contact our office.
Jeffrey?
Yes. Hi, Barbara. I'm a little confused. You say that we have 30 code books?
Yes, the hard copy, the green
The
volume.
green one,
Yes.
That's
that's
30 different code books.
different
Yes.
codes within,
30 volumes of the same code book. 30 volumes. So you gentlemen each have one. Every department in this
oh,
building
okay,
has
okay,
at least
okay.
one.
So there are
The
30
police department
users.
has a
Oh,
code
okay.
book.
But they're not different, okay,
No,
not different
no,
books.
no.
That's what was thrown
I'm sorry.
for a loop. I know we've had this conversation about the book and so on many times. And I mean, you know, what I did, and what I envisioned you saying is that when we put the whole system, put the whole book in, or whatever sections you put in, you could not put something in between because of the way it's entered.
You could add it on, but it would be at the end, because if, let's say we have chapters
Right,
one,
right.
you know, 1, 5, 10, the way they are designed on the website, like you may see gaps, they would say, well, we can fit in,
Yeah.
you know, we created a new chapter, Article 7 or something, you know, and we
Right.
don't have anything there now, but to actually fit it in the website design, those are running right on
Right.
top of each other. You have to actually literally move each
Right.
one down
Yeah,
to put one in between where it would fit, you know, numerically.
My way to deal with that was when I'm not finished, but I scanned it into my computer. I actually scanned it page per page, so that I can take out a page and put in a page, versus just scanning in the whole thing. Once you scan the whole thing in, then you're stuck with that bundle.
Right, right.
But if you do it page
Much time
per
in
page,
You have way too much time in your
no,
hands.
it's a very easy thing to do, but, so it allows me, in the long term, when you send me an update, I can just swap them and actually save that
When
page.
you do that and you create a document on your computer, I'm
PDF.
assuming? A
PDF.
But to get it online and then link it, and every page would be a separate link
Mhm.
then on the website.
Right.
Which
That's
doesn't make sense at
unmanageable.
all.
Right.
That process is
Right.
unmanageable
But
to
I
do
can understand that.
page
I
by
would like
page.
to have us consider getting into this program
agree.
here, only because I just know over the years, there's been so many people contacting, whether it be the planning department or your office, or even, you know, do you happen to have a code book? To me, it should be available to
Yeah,
whoever the council it is, or someone looking to do some research as to what they can do with their property, or out on Route 28. They should be able to have it readily accessible, and I think it's our responsibility to make it available to
I
them.
would agree. It
And,
would be a public service.
So it's,
And a benefit to everyone, just as you
Yeah.
do your work, or if you're at town meeting, you know, you would have
and it would
access to
save
it.
Jeff a lot of time on all this.
But he went through all that effort. Now it's gonna be all for naught.
Well, it's all done if you share it with
I
us.
really, I really think we should
No, I agree.
consider adding that into.
We should find a way to get it
I,
done.
I agree with you, Steve. I think that it's short money for
It's
a
come
big
the time.
benefit.
And it's come the
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
you know, to do it. So,
Greg, would you make a note of that
I
when we?
appreciate your being frugal, but.
Well, it keeps appearing in my narrative,
Yeah.
Right.
you know, just to make you know, aware that, you know, it is something we should do, but when we're told to just put together a level services budget, I don't put it under any item, you know.
Understood.
But I am grateful for that thought process, because I do think it's important to the public and to everybody.
Makes sense.
It also includes the charter,
Yeah.
which people are interested in, and planning subdivision rules and regulations, which developers are interested in. So there's a lot of information in our code book, and it is important that people have access to the most current information.
I say, let's do it.
Yeah, just a quick question. How often is the book updated on an annual basis?
As I said, it's usually once a year. I wait until, after the October town meeting. I include the annual town meeting, which now is in June, and then the October town meeting where most of the changes occur for the code book between general bylaw changes and primarily zoning changes, so that I can send, a decent packet along and get the most bang for our buck as
Right.
far as
I guess I wasn't,
cost.
clear. How many changes do you get to have to,
It depends on what articles come forward at town meeting.
Well, the town,
So
two town
it's,
meetings, yeah.
just a town meeting?
Yeah, it
At
just
one
depends on-
point, yes,
Yeah.
just all the changes. At one point, planning had can have 6 to 10 articles. All of those are code book changes.
Right.
They're all zoning changes. Last town meeting, I had a couple myself regarding record minutes and dog licensing changes. So those are all code book changes. The zoning map in reference is a code book change, not the map itself, but in
Right.
reference to the updated version. Anything that affects a bylaw, whether it's zoning or general, is a change.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Barbara?
Nope, I think I'm satisfied with the
Fitting
code
us in
book.
between your elections. I'm glad you
I
can
know, it's
take
not
the time to
easy,
be
let
here
me
with us.
tell you. We have deadlines galore right now. All right, thank you, gentlemen.
If
Thank
you
you.
want
Thank
to,
you.
announce your deadlines for, we've got special election.
Well, all the voter registration deadlines have passed, so those have finished. Thank you for that plug, though, Mr. O'Leary, because I would like to state, we do have a special town meeting on Monday, March 19th, and of course, the special election the Saturday afterwards. But due to the state law, the voter registration deadline for a special town meeting is 10 days prior to the event, which put it at the 9th, which was Friday. So although that event comes before the election cutoff was prior to that on actually Saturday, March 3rd. This is a confusing scenario for people who registered in
Between the
time.
3rd and the 9th.
Right, in time for the special town meeting, so they can show up a week from tonight and vote at the town meeting. However, if they were not registered by March 3rd and they registered
vote for the
between March
election.
4th and March 9th, they will not be on the voting list for the election. So that's a very confusing scenario. It's state law, so don't shoot the messenger. But thank you.
And then for the annual election,
The May 8th town election, the voter registration deadline is, I believe it's April 15th. I don't have a calendar in front of me, but it is the Wednesday. 17th, thank you, Liz. So April 17th. And all these dates we keep on our website. We have a really good turnover. As soon as one is over, we try to fill in that spot and put information on the next deadline. And there's actually a page under election information and voter registration deadlines that has them there all the time. But I try to move them to the home page of the town website and my home page as well to keep them in the public eye. Put them on, cable television as well. We try to get it out there. So,
Any other questions for Barbara?
No?
Nope.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
gentlemen.
Thank you.
Next is planning.
268. Page 268.
Thank you, Steve.
I'm gonna be scrolling that down as we go forward, but I also, for purposes of the public, because I know sometimes it's sort of hard to angle and see, I did this on a poster board, so I'm gonna put it, have the easel kind of facing out, and I know you guys can do that pretty well, so. Wait, can they see that far away? Maybe I should move it a little closer. It's okay, I talk loud, so I'll make up for it.
We have 3 cameras now, so, one here,
Okay.
over there.